Welcome back to Big Burt's Adventures. We are not in the basement today. We are doing what I love, and we're playing with cars. And today we have the 2011 Scion XB multicolored Suns car. So we got the parts, replacing the rotors, the brake pads on the front today. If I get to it, I'll get to the rear, but the front are the main brakes and they are awful. So I'll show you those. This is the deer car, so he hit a deer. I replaced it the best I could. So we're going to get the fronts off here. Probably clean up his engine a little bit. Yeah, this thing is, it's been ran hard. Ran hard, if you hear that. So, but yeah, so 2011 Scion XB. They wanted around $1,200 to change the brakes on this thing. The brakes are going all the way to the floor. When we got the new tires about a month ago, I noticed the brake pads were pretty much gone. So before he goes off into another kid adventure, which means driving everywhere aimlessly, let's get the front brakes at least situated, then we'll evaluate the back brakes. But yep, thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully you like this video, and we'll see you through it. Well, we got the rotor off. Yuck. Look at that. And then the brakes, literally the brake pads are falling apart. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? Sorry, camera in by myself. No camera people for me. But we're gonna change this out and we'll bring you along. But yeah, look how bad they were compared to, let's see, let's open this up. Let's see. All right. Yeah, huge difference. Look at the brakes there and there. Huge. So let's get them changed. Alright, well, as you've seen, we got it built. Let's put it on. And remember to compress your brakes before you put it on. Your brake caliper, it's got to be compressed. But these brakes were shot. And look at the new rotors and the old rotor. Yep. Let's do this. Alright, so I had to go back to the auto store go back and get the caliper mounting assembly bracket bolt. This bolt, yeah, it cross-threaded. I laid something down on it, so O'Reilly's came in clutch. Let's hope that that's what it is, because I was just about done with this side. So but yeah, let's hope. Here we go. Well, we as you saw, we got the passenger front off. The brakes don't look any better here. What brakes, right? Oh, look at that. So I just set this, guys. I know I keep beating a dead horse here, but what? So it was indicating. Get that second one off, and then you can kind of hear it creaking, you know, all that brake dust and yuck. And then I take the goopy. So here's the goop, and I knew I'd run out. This was not enough for what they gave me, but I just take some, put it on my finger like that. Well, we're really getting close to that lawnmower. And then I just slip it around these parts here. I just kind of bake it up, and it'll slide right in. And then this grease is really for the moving parts. Actually, that was for that. And then I just stick it right back in the groove here. And then you just want to make sure, visually, just make sure there's no dirt or anything up in there. And then it gets difficult. And then it just pops in just like that. And you want to make sure, take a screwdriver and press down all the way. There you go, see? Oh, my screen turns off. Okay, see that? There you go. We're gonna do that with all four. I go bottom end first. So you have a bottom end that's fixed, and then you have the top end that bends just enough to where it slides in there. And this time I didn't have to use a screwdriver. And then you've got your brake pad. You want to grease it up too. Trust me, I've done this. I've shamefully done this work without greasing things up. And it's a bad day. It's a bad day for everybody. So just this little bit of grease goes a long way. Okay? And I just don't put it on this part, but just, you know, grease your brakes up, your caliper piece, shield, and then slide her back in there. And be patient, because it will slide back out. Not easy. There we go. So there you go, and that's considered reassembled. Okay, see the difference in the brake pads? So, and you just flip it over, get rid of your used ones, old ones, and then you just do this side. Again, the metal piece the metal clip, retainer clip, the squeaker, that is on this side of the brake. So you just get your new brake pad and you just kind of match it up. Get your new clip, take your clip, and it's on this side. Whoop. Get it underneath and put it right on. See that? Okay. And set that aside for insert jokes here, right? Okay. Let's get this puppy on. Oh, and then your other brake pad will want to jump out of there. Oh. Ooh. A little bit of flaking. What in the heck? Looks like these are gonna need help. Aha! Then again, do your visual inspection on them. Ah, I just pulled that brake right out of there. Brake pad. Brake pad. Ah. Come on. They're going to put this back around. Put this back in here. Ah! Goodness. Yep. There we go. It is crazy. Once you feel like you got it, it's in there. So, same thing with this. On the same side. Just flip them in there. Keep grabbing it by the brake, and now the brakes are in there. They're dressed up, greased up, and ready to roll. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got the passenger on. We've got the mounting bracket, the caliper, the rotor, all that's looking good. So we're just going to put the tire back on it and try to see if we can get to the rear brakes today. All right, just another reminder, don't forget to shut your brake reservoir. Since we put the new brakes on, the level has actually come up to where I don't have to add any. So let's get in, let's turn it on, let's pump those brakes, and then let's see what the level is then. All right, well, I got the passenger, since, you know, Ferris Bueller here is taking the day off. I have all day now to do these brakes. So, but yeah, I got the rears off. No need to record all the on and off stuff. You guys saw that, but these are so bad. So bad. The rotors are even worse. And so, let me show you guys. And by the way, amazing brand. Amazing. I'll put those in the link in the description, and then just, you know, everything you need basically, except for the tool on the back. On the rears, you have to have this tool that turns the calipers. So I went ahead and picked that up while I was out, but this is the noise maker when your brakes get low. But look at that. Look at that comparison. I mean, it's bad. So let's get this thing changed out, and I'll be back. All right, well, here we are. We got the passenger side rear off. This is the final one. And I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, the pads are 25%, so they gotta be changed. But the bad thing on the rear was definitely the rotor. That's, I don't know if you hear that or not, but it's crumbling apart. So, and it's got a huge groove in it. Yee. We've become the freeway, let me tell you. I can't believe how many cars come through here. It's crazy. But we're gonna do some brake clean. Get some of the grime off. Corrosion. Okay, let's leave them up. I only got one pack of brake lube left, so I gotta be a little careful how I use it. You definitely want to get them down in these tracks here. That's where the brake, you know, the brake pad moves. And then I like to take the brake pad assembly and just squeeze some down in there so it's easy to get it in. Oh yeah, there's that. Trying to keep that the way it's supposed to be. Of course, the wind is now gushing. Okay, get this guy. The thing I hate is I hate working in the wind. It just drives me crazy. And I'm already irritated. But let's go. One day I'll have a shop and lifts, and I don't know. I like doing this kind of stuff, but so you can tell why I'm irritated at it. So let's put these clips in. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. Is it backwards? Nope. Looks good. This one. Well, looks like the weather has turned really bad. Flags flying, America. Yeah, look at that. That's my view from the ground, everyone. Wowzers. Anyway, so we got these rear rotors, brakes, all assembled, cleaned up. Looks pretty good. You got the emergency brake back here. You got the same thing on the other side, but looking good. All right, let me get this wheel on and we'll go for a test drive. All right, well, we got all cleaned up. Well, I got all cleaned up. Put all the tools away. Got the last rear passenger brakes rebuilt, rotor. I'm leaving the hubcaps off because I need to get the lug nuts torqued down by a professional. But yeah. We got them all done. Got a little bit of Kenny handprint. Check it out, huh? But yeah, they're all there. So we're gonna go on a test drive real quick. All right, well, we have made it to the point where we're test driving for all four of the brakes. And don't forget to pump your brakes, okay? Seems like the emergency brake is working. And this is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm barely pushing on the brake and we're coming to a stop. I mean, I love it. I love it. I think this is a good thing, especially when it's our son's car. I mean, you should have seen the tires and now the brakes. We've had an alignment on here. We've got a couple of windshields. As you can tell, his windshield's broke too. There's just a lot of rocks, a lot of bricks, a lot of this and that fall off of these dirt trucks, and you know, sometimes they're covered, sometimes they're not. But man, we have gone through with some windshields, let me tell you. But yeah, look at that. Oh, and this is me pushing really hard on the brakes. Oh yeah. Watching this again, this is just, you know, for entertainment purposes. If you learned something from it, that's awesome. If you don't, and you just think that I'm the worst mechanic in the world, well, you're probably right, because I'm really not a mechanic. I just tinker, and these consumable things on cars you're able to do yourself. But you know, we rely on others a little too much. And you know, this brake job was, you know, the rundown on the cost was about $300. Definitely saved some money there. Well, I don't know if I saved money. We'll figure that out. We don't know yet. So hopefully I get a little reimbursement on this job. But at least I know my kid's safe. And we'll bring you to the next adventure. I'm sorry. At least I know my kids our kid's safe, and I'll bring you to the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.